Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear colleagues, in the beginning, I'd like to thank all our employees and business partners for their continuous effort to achieve the 2040 vision. KOC is committed to provide a safe working environment for everyone working with us. We are responsible for working toward the goal of preventing all incidents. Therefore, upon review of industry best practices and incident analysis, we have established 10 life-saving rules for the company aimed at eliminating incidents. The life-saving rules are part of our deep commitment toward strengthening our safety culture and protecting our people.
Life-saving rule number 1 says, do not use mobile phone while driving. Taking your eyes off the road to use a mobile phone while driving is unsafe and can lead to unfortunate consequences. Drivers can easily lose their attention because of this distraction. Therefore, all drivers should ensure they do not use a mobile phone while driving. Thank you and drive safely.
My message to you is about life-saving rule number 2. Do not exceed speed limit. While driving at high speeds, drivers can lose control of the vehicle and this can lead to a major accident on the road. Also, while driving at high speeds, a driver will not have sufficient time to react and prevent a vehicle crash. Therefore, all vehicle drivers should ensure they do not exceed the speed limit set for the road. Finally, they should reduce their vehicle speed based on road condition. Thank you and drive safely.
Life-saving rule number 3 is fasten your seatbelt. In the event of a sudden stop, the driver or passenger can be thrown off from their seat. If the impact is severe, they can even be ejected out of the vehicle. Wearing your seatbelt protects you from injury in case an accident occurs. Therefore, when you are traveling in a vehicle, ensure that everyone's seat belt is fastened during the entire journey. Thank you and drive defensively.
Life-saving rule number 4. Work with a valid work permit as per KOC requirement. This rule is essential to us because permit to work is a critical control measure for the safe execution of work. Therefore, employees must ensure that a valid work permit is available prior to start of any non-routine activity. Secondly, hazards associated with the work and safety precautions required are defined. Thirdly, work permit content, including job safety analysis, are communicated among the workers. And finally, work is performed as per the work permit requirements and dedicated work site supervision is available for the job. Thank you.
Life-saving rule number 5 says the use of fall protection equipment when walking at height. Please be aware that walking at height without taking necessary precautions can lead to severe incidents and possible employee injury. Therefore, the use of fall protection equipment is vital and crucial for your safety. When walking at height, make sure that fall protection equipment is inspected before use and is worn at all times. Also ensure the equipment is tied off securely to suitable anchor points. Thank you and walk safely.
My message to all of you is about life-saving rules number 6. Avoid line of fire. Line of fire is the path of travel of an object that can lead to injuries if a person is in this path of travel and interacts or comes in contact with the human body. Please be aware that such line of fire-related injuries can be fatal too. We can prevent many incidents in our company business if we provide necessary awareness and address line of fire-related hazards. Therefore, a person, irrespective of the work type or location, shall at all times position themselves to: first, avoid being in the line of moving objects and vehicles. Second, avoid being under suspended loads. And finally, avoid being in the line of potential dropped objects. Also, obey barriers and exclusion zones. Thank you.
Life-saving rule number 7 states, no lifting operation without a lift plan. The lift plan is a key measure to prevent lifting incidents since it provides information and instructions for safe mechanical handling of loads. Therefore, before performing a mechanical lifting operation, please confirm the following. First, an approved lift plan exists for the job. Second, equipment and lifting tools or tackles are inspected and are fit for purpose. And last, ensure the lifting operation is performed in accordance with the approved lift plan. It's best to plan ahead to work safely. Thank you.
Life-saving rule number 8 specifies to verify isolation and zero energy before the work begins. Exposure to hazardous energy can be very dangerous and it can lead to injuries if not isolated correctly. Therefore, and before commencing any work that has the potential for hazardous energy entry or release, please ensure that all energy sources related to the work have been identified, hazardous energy sources have been isolated, locked, and tagged. There is zero energy and tested for any residual or stored energy. Thank you and work safely.
My message about the life-saving rules is rule number 9. Obtain authorization before entering a confined space. Employees must confirm the following. Energy sources to the confined space are isolated. Confined space atmosphere has been tested and is monitored as per work permits. To check and use breathing apparatus when required. Presence of standby person and provision for rescue. Availability of valid confined space entry permits and associated work permits. In addition, H2S is one of the most dangerous gases we have in the fields, so we must pay close attention to the presence of H2S in confined spaces.
Life-saving rule number 10 says, use your specific mandatory PPE after engineering and administrative control are in place to mitigate work hazard. Then personal protective equipment will provide mandatory protection as last line of defense. Each job required specific PPE, therefore please ensure to use all the mandatory PPE for your own safe at work. Also, make sure to inspect your PPE and ensure its integrity before use. Thank you.
As you heard from my colleagues, these life-saving rules are not a replacement for competent people or site rules or procedures. Their focus is on activities that have higher safety risks. These rules act as a barrier designed for the workers to have a complete control over their work. I expect each KOC and business partner employees to be fully aware of these rules. With your commitment, we will meet our objectives and I look forward to continue safe KOC operations. Thank you.